Old and Achy here with another Halo Reach on the PC campaign mission walkthrough, and this is Mission 3, ONI Sword Base, run on Mythic LASO difficulty, which is Legendary, all skulls on, no deaths, no save, quit, and resumes, everything run in a single segment. Here we are setting it up. Now I gotta say, this is a long one. It's about an hour and a half. And also, it illustrates a plan B at a certain point in the video or the mission, where I had to go to a plan B because of my lack of ability, if you will. But when we get to it, I'll point it out. It's also good to know that you can have a plan B. So this is the beginning cutscene. We're flying into the sword base and we're being redirected to another landing zone.
Be advised, Kilo 3-3 and Kilo 3-4, your current LZ is too hot. Roger that. Dot, stand by to receive and respond.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates received. Initiate immediate course correction. The Office of Naval Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege from a Corvette-class Covenant vessel. Due to the sensitive nature of this facility, use of orbital rounds has been, for the moment, prohibited. Regrettably, my efforts to obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful. However, current defensive forces are insufficient. ONI has requested Team Noble's direct intervention to help secure Sword Base.
All right, people. We're stuck with that ship for the time being. Let's focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George, Emil, you're next.
You can see the courtyard is full of cavies. We've got grunts, shielded jackals, and 4 elites that we will have to take out.
Cat 6.
Now there is one method of taking out the first elite, which is up there on the right side, by just running up the ramp, spinning around, and meleeing from behind. But me being old and slow, that doesn't work for me, so I'm going to take the more cautious approach. But first I want to take out some of these grunts. The more I take out now, the fewer I have to take out later. I'm really interested in the ones that have plasma pistols. Because I will pick them up for use in a bit here. Alright, now notice they have nose cones, or nose armor. You have to knock that off and then you can head shoot them in the nose, ironically. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get any more here. Let's get that plasma pistol and then run to the edge of the ramp. That is going to bring a phantom in. As you can see, it's firing at me. That's the way to progress with this mission. And I'm just going to hang back until it takes off, because I don't want to get plastered with its guns.
You've got enemy contact, Spartans.
There it goes. Ironic that we're being told now that there are hostiles present. We already know that. Okay, so now we have to start with taking out all the bad guys in the courtyard. I'll come up here and take a look to see who's coming down from the far side, and it looks like there's a grunt there. Have to be a little bit careful because occasionally an elite will come across. Surprise you. Nobody wants to hide. Okay, got him. And the one thing about the DMR is you do not want to fire fast because it has bloom. Which, if you rapid fire the DMR, each succeeding shot becomes less accurate. You want to pace your shots to the DMR. And of course, most players that play Reach know that. Also, with these shielded jackals, the shields are almost impervious. kind of fire. You have to get them the shield turned so you can get a headshot on them. So I'm being very patient here. One of those elites has a concussion rifle, which is instant death if you get hit. Even the splashback, like that right there, you want to back off the splashback. The splash damage will occur. One of the reasons this is an extremely long mission is that there's at least 5 separate firefights that one has to go through. Some of them are fairly quick, most of them are extremely long. Alright, now I'm looking for ammo. There we go. Sometimes you'll see that DMR lying on the ground, sometimes you won't. There's another DMR up here, up on the beginning of the platform up there, the second level if you will, off to my left with a health pack. Alright, still thinning the crowds here. So we're looking to see if somebody's sneaking down the walkway towards me. Alright, it looks to me like I'm not going to be able to get any more from here. So, another check. Come over here, grab some more ammo. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run down to the far end. And what this is going to do is get Cat to move forward. My AI buddy here. Just making sure nobody's sneaking up on me. Once I see her move forward, then I go ahead and run back. Now the Cubbies will engage her up close and personal for the most part. Still need to take some of these miners out. Now notice the concussion rifle elite has already gone into melee mode with Cat there. So I'm trying to get him out of the way. And I do this by trying to drop his shields. Whoa, he saw me. Drop his shields with a plasma pistol. Okay, it looks like Cat took care of him. I guess I just dropped his shields when he fired. Alright, not a very good grenade thrower either. Sometimes that'll work if the grenade comes in and they don't see the throw. Alright, so we still got some shielded jackals here. I think there might be a grunt or two left. And the 3 elites. Okay, there's one down. There's 2 down. Again, I'm waiting for them to turn their shield sideways so I can get a headshot in on them. Alright, as soon as they get up close and go into melee mode, that's when there we go. I got it done. That's when I go for the plasma pistol peppering, if you will. Ooh, somebody went flying. Alright, just checking out to see where everybody's at. Thought I saw shields drop there, but I'm not sure. Whoa, she got blasted back towards me. Now, the reason I'm doing this from distance, other than the fact that these guys will drop my shields real quick, is that with the Ket skull on, the elites and grunts in particular are grenade hazards. When you get within a certain distance, they're going to throw grenades at you, especially if you're firing at them. I'm trying to get a little bit better angle here. Oops. Alright. Alright, melee. He's trying to do a melee. Let's see if I can take him out here. Get his shields down. Looks like I popped the shields. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Looks like I got him. Yep. Alright, now we're down to 2 elites. Now sometimes this part of the mission, when you're down to 2, they will retreat. And if it becomes a little bit more difficult. It requires a great deal of patience. Alright, this guy's coming at me. This is rare. So I'm going to try to dodge him. Whoa! Dodge him. And I just popped the shields, so I was able to take him out. I'm running back here to see if my health is down to yellow or worse. It is not. The health pack will work when my health is at the yellow or red stage, but if it's blue, regardless of my shields, it will not work. Okay, fresh plasma pistol. Alright, so we're down to the last elite. Hopefully he will come up here and get into another melee animation. There he goes. He's in melee. Oh, there goes the shields. If I can get a... Oh, shoot. I now remember. He ducked into cover, and he's going to get his shields back. And the fact that... ooh, that hurt. The fact that Cat advanced up beyond those barriers there, brought out the last four of the enemies in this area, which are the skirmishers, which are jackals without armor. All right, I believe we got that last elite at some point. Again, I'm actually doing this. Shoot, still got good health. I'm actually doing this with a very small screen, so some of the things that will show on the screen, like score going up, or some sort of like a headshot headshot symbol or something like that, I may not see, or I may not even be paying attention to. All right, got him. For example, what we saw on the left there, and the score on the bottom right. Scoring is turned on. And again, I'm running this on Mythic LASO difficulty with all 13 skulls on. Alright, I saw more blood pouring out of me, so I'm going to go back and try again to see if I can get health. There we go. So, that last shot from the skirmisher dropped my health to at least a yellow level. And what'll happen here, depending on how far down it goes, it will recover a little bit.
I'm ready to go.
I think that's the last one. Yep, that's the last one. Okay. So now we're going to get set up for the next firefight, which involves two race, an elite, and some grunts. And where I will be doing my plan B.
Head for the main gate to the east.
What I'm doing here is I'm coming up with
target locator. Any artillery
shuttling up
support in the area?
a plasma pistol up to the top, and I'll go
Limited,
back
but
and
we'll
grab another
prioritize
one.
whatever you need, ma'am.
This will be the first demonstration of how we can board a Wraith and capture it. Now the idea here is, okay, here's one. I'm gonna go over and see if I can find another one that's got more juice in it. And doesn't look like it, so I'll go with this one. Alright, so what'll happen here is that well, first of all, I'm going to ammo up here with my DMR, and then I'm going to grab this target locator, which will bring orbital rounds down. And I'm moving the plasma pistols out here. Now notice that I'm putting it on ground, because sometimes when it goes on that concrete platform, the darn thing disappears.
Headed back to base. We've got
Okay,
enemy tangles on our 6.
so now the idea here is there's two race, and what I want to do is I want to take out the one that's in the back, and then work my way to capture the second one. And of course, they're not cooperating because they're firing at me. Now I did target the one in the back, but I did a bad job because it's still there. You can see both firing, so I'm not try again. You only get 2 shots at this.
Fire for effect.
And right after I set the target, the darn thing moves, so it's still alive, which is not good. In fact, I damaged the one I want to use because it moved over a little bit. Got a little splash damage. Okay. So I noticed that I still have my plasma pistols. And now we got to deal with Plan B. Both of these guys still operational. It is damaged back there, but it's still operational. I have to go to Plan B. And what that is, hopefully I won't die running over here. There's a rocket launcher up here.
6, keep the locator on the target.
I'm gonna
until
run up real
artillery
quick and
confirms
grab
the
it.
lock.
Ooh, got popped there a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to try to take out that back Wraith with the rocket launcher. If he'll let me. Oh, see, he's seen me, so he's firing. I'm going to be real careful here. Comes another one. And notice how he's firing where he thinks I'm going to be. The second one will come back. Oh no, he saw me. Okay. So I believe there might be 2 or 3 rockets here. Not sure. At least it's not moving. Alright, that time I got it. Alright, so now we're down to 1 Wraith. I'm going to go try to get... Whoa, look out. Trying to get my plasma pistol back. I still got some ground troops to deal with. Right there. I'm hoping that my second plasma pistol is still there because you can see the doors are shut now. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Okay, so now we got to take out the ground troops and then go after the Wraith. And it's interesting that I'm looking at it now and it doesn't appear to be damaged too much. It's possible that I damaged it when I tried to take it over. Not sure where the elite is. It's possible that Cat took out the elite. Alright. Now notice that I'm not just standing there trying to take out the grunt. I'm bouncing around just in case the Wraith sees me, because he'll immediately turn and fire. So I'm not doing a very good job of hitting the son of a gun. There we go, finally. Alright, I do not see a gunner down there. I don't see the elite. It's possible that I took out the elite when my first target acquisition. Alright, so here we go. 2 melees, opens the hatch. Now, that surprised me right there. Normally, we won't get that much damage from 2 melees. It's possible that it was already weak. So I'm going to EMP it again. Jump up here and start... Oops. Jump up here and start whacking. Meleeing the driver. And I'm taking damage from Cat right now. He's still firing. But each time I melee... He's going to try to take me out. Each time I melee, thanks to Black Eye, I get my shields and health back. Or I get my shields back, I should say. Not sure about my health. Okay. So we now have control of the Wraith, and while I am using it,
Transport 6.
I'm going to be a little bit more careful in this run, just because of the level of damage it has. Like I said, this is the first time I've seen it get that damage from my melees, which implies that it already had a little bit of damage when I jumped on and melee. Okay, first up,
The old Farragut station has its own
On our
comms
way
array.
to the next
That
big
should bring us back
battle
online with
is
command.
several grunts
Airview
and,
base has an anti-air
and a
battery.
ghost. I
Clear the
believe it's
skies.
got a, I'm not sure whether it's got a grunt in
AA
it or
gunners to
an
the
elite.
west. Comms array to the
Alright, we got two of the
Let's
grunts. And it also helps that Cat is in the gunner seat. Alright, gotta get that little guy up there. I'm being very careful. I don't want to get EMP'd. I don't want to take any more damage. Alright, it looks like we got the grunt. Now we're going after the ghost, and I'm doing it definitely from distance, because the ghost can inflict some damage. I'm looking for it. Where are you at? Oh, it was going up the path a bit. Oops, killed the rock. There we go. Getting closer. I'm actually using this little hill as cover. Okay. Scratch one ghost. Okay, on to the next battle, and this is a nail biter as well. We've got to activate an aircraft gun, but we've got a whole bunch of cubbies out there, a bunch of grunts, at least 4, maybe more elites in total, and an elite captain up there on the top of the platform where the switch is, has got a plasma caster. And that thing, that's why I'm staying back here. If I were to advance past the middle of this little pond, this little puddle, big puddle I should say, he would start firing at it. So, in general what's going to happen, there's one wave that's there, and I believe there will be 2 more waves coming in, the second wave of which will have a couple more elites. And then we'll see a third wave come in with 2 ghosts that drop, and then finally another one with some grunts hiding behind that big rock on the left. And I think the last 2 elites that come in, at least one of them has got a concussion rifle, so we got to be real careful with it. So what I'm doing here, and again, this is going to take a while. At some point, I'm just going to shut up and let it play out. And what I'm doing here is I'm keeping that elite up there on top busy. And then when I see an opportunity to fire at one of the lower level guys, then I'll turn and fire. But I don't want to get complacent with it. Plus the fact that every once in a rare while, he will move himself over to the right side far enough that when I fire, he dodges right, jumps off the platform, and goes over the edge, and is taken out easily. But what's going to happen here is that in this particular run is that I'm going to take out all the other gubbies, and then I'm going to go up there and melee the big bad elite. So let's just sit back and watch. When something new comes in, I'll just hop up and say something. Other than the fact that I'm not really a great shot with the rate. Every time I want to aim high, for some reason I drop the target down a little bit, and I come in short, and every time I want to aim low, I pop the thing up and I go high. So, not my best effort as far as using this vehicle. But I will say, in particular here and in general, I see he's way up there on the right. I can only get him to jump right, but this particular run he keeps jumping left. But I will say this, because I am old and slow, if I can do this, anybody can do it.
We need to activate
It's just a matter of patience and tactics. I really don't see anybody to fire at here. some point they will make their presence known. So if anybody's wondering, this is, okay, there's an elite there on the stairs. I'm waiting to get good clear shots at the bad guys before I go after them. There we go, just got an elite. Okay, here comes another wave coming in. And
Enemy reinforcements.
I believe they're going to be dropping grunts. And elite's charging. Gotta be careful, I'm not sure whether or not he's got a compression rifle. But you can see where they're dropping the troops off there. They're hiding behind that rock. Some of them will come out, some of them won't. Okay, you can see the grunts coming out. The hard part with the elites is they get real dodgy. So you almost have to anticipate which way they're going to jump. Alright, got that guy. There's another elite up there. Yeah, notice that as soon as I see that elite captain up there poke his head out, I'll fire a few shots at him just to keep him busy. Yeah, I think it's hard for me to tell with this small screen. I got somebody. Alright, this is where the two ghosts come in. I'm coming back here. You know, if I were a really good shot, I could drill them before they drop. But they can really cause damage, so I'm trying to minimize that. So again, I'm using this little hill as cover, and they are just out of range. So I have to kind of peek my head up over the top of the hill, fire and retreat, and make sure I don't fall off the edge.
Guns no good to us without
As soon as they see me, they fire.
Activate it now. Get that ghost.
Again, this is almost trying to anticipate where they'll be when the arc bolt lands, plasma bolt. Okay, it looks like I got somebody up there. Alright, got one ghost. I think the other one, as it turns out, is hiding up towards the left, if I recall properly. It could be that I took out the driver, but not the ghost itself, and a grunt jumps in, which they will do. I think that's what happened here, but I'm not sure because I would have thought it would have happened. Nope, there he is. You see him? I think he's jumping into the ghost now.
Ghost
Yep,
headed this
there
way.
he goes.
Enemy troops from above.
Backing up. Backing up. Alright. Lancing blow on the ghost. Gotta get rid of it. There we go. That was the ghost that I just blew up. Don't know about the driver. It's one of the ironies of this particular battle is that for me to get the elites to move forward, I have to move forward. And in doing so, I put myself at risk for that elite captain up there with his plasma launcher. And you can tell when he's getting ready to fire because it'll make a distinct sound. Ironically enough, in the couple of missions past this one, Tip of the Spear, I actually used one to great advantage. Or to some advantage, I should say. So we're just going back and forth here. Something went flying
Six,
off
are
the
you
side.
hearing me?
I don't
Find
think it was the
reset
Elite. I
control
think it was
and
just a
start up
box.
that gun.
Crate. Now at lower levels of difficulty, especially with less than legendary and the catch skull and the tilt skull not activated, one can be much more aggressive here. With catch not activated, they will not be grenade happy. And with tilt not activated, they won't be enhanced. So. You'd think I'd be a little bit more accurate here. I mean, I've run this mission enough times. Here we go. Here comes the one. Oh, yes. There it is. Notice I'm bobbing and weaving here. There is a concussion rifle. Okay. I think we're down to the last couple of 3 grunts that came out of hiding over there. Concussion rifle Elite, I believe, was the last one. Outside of the guy up top there on top of the platform. Alright, notice that I did take somebody out, but I didn't get credit scoring wise, and I believe, I'm not really sure, but I believe it is based on time. In other words, if I pass a certain point of time in the mission, I lose the ability to get a score. So my score here, ooh, let me see, yeah. My score here is pretty well locked. I don't think that's very fair, but that's life. That's the way they got things set up. Okay, I believe all of the cubbies except for the big nasty up there on the top of the building are done. Whoops. Oh, I thought I saw one moving. That's what I'm doing there, making sure. So now I'm going to go up and try to take this guy out with a melee. And how this works will vary. Okay, he's firing at me now. Boom, boom, boom. Sometimes Cat will come up and actually engage him, which makes it a little bit easier for me to, you know, to position myself for a melee or a plasma gun, plasma pistol, peppering, if you will. And sometimes when I come up here, he will be in a position where he's looking out. That's why I move the Wraith where it is. He'll be looking out towards the Wraith up front, and I'll just run up and grab, you know, smack him right away. And then other times we've got this. And what I am doing, he's in patrol mode now. And what I am doing is I'm watching how he does that to see if there's a way that I can take him out. As long as he keeps going back and forth in that manner, then I may have an opportunity to take him out, as long as he doesn't see me. So I'm watching, I'm watching, I'm watching. Watching. And yep, it's fairly consistent. Boom, he's gone. Okay. Get some ammo there. Get some more ammo there. Activate the switch. And what'll happen is that the gun will take out the Phantom that's been hanging around.
Nice work, Spartans.
Right there.
Head to Farragut Station
Boom.
and get that comms array up and running.
And we're
Spartans,
going
this
to
is
be
Sword
off to
Control.
the next one.
Thought you could use some mobile
I'm
firepower.
looking around for a plasma pistol is what I'm
All
doing
right.
here.
Take that hog, Six.
Nope, nope. Okay, so mine is actually, let's try that again. Nope. There we go, I got more ammo in my plasma pistol. Alright, on to the next. And what I'm going to do here before we actually commence with the next battle is I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I am old and these things are necessary with old people like me. So I'm going to park it right here. Maybe 90 seconds or so. I'll be back. And for those that are wondering, we're about a third of the way through this mission.
We need to get that comms array online. Okay, there we go. I believe I take one more break in this mission. In fact, I will definitely go silent because at that point I'm going to take a break from this walkthrough. Okay, so we survived that battle. Survived all the fire there. We still have our Wraith, even though it's greatly damaged. And we've got to get through 2 more firefights with the Wraith before we can finally say goodbye. Now notice here I'm taking out that hog, and the reason I'm doing that is because we will come back up here with another firefight. It's a smaller encounter, but what'll happen at times is that elites will use any equipment available, even one of ours. So it's very possible that an elite, in fact 2 elites, could jump in the hog, and suddenly I'm dealing with a piece of equipment and not an individual. Especially don't want that to happen here. Alright, that's our next task, is to activate the comm array. And first up, we've got a Revenant down here that we have to take out. And we definitely want to do it from distance today because of the damage on the Wraith. I don't want to get hit by the plasma bolts from that Revenant. Oh, good, I overshot. At least he's staying still for me, more or less. There we go. Now, I don't know if you noticed, when I took the hog out, it subtracted from my score. I originally thought that that was the reason that I stopped getting scores for taking out coveys, but I believe it's really time. Alright, now we've got a skirmisher or a jackal marksman, I believe with a needle rifle over there. And some grunts, and either 3 or 4 elites. I see 2 off towards the right of the building. I think there's 1 down there on the ground floor. So again, we're taking these guys from distance, and I would do that regardless of the shape of the rating. Just going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, got 2 of them. And good, cat finally showed up. So now I have a gunner. Now, because I'm seeing 0 on the score and I'm looking at this from distance, I'm not really sure what kind of covey I just took out. Usually when I see a real score, I can tell based on the amount of the score which one has been taken out. Now I'm just, it's all based on vision. Because I'm running this at distance and I'm looking at a very small preview screen, it's a little bit tougher to see. I know there's at least 1 or 2 grunts and 2 or 3 elites over there. Yep, I think I see 3 elites now. We definitely want to take them out. Now the building that I'm firing towards has like a power switch for the relay, the comms array, and the building that's behind me to the left has the actual comm array that I have to turn on. So there's 2 things that I need to do. So basically we're running 2 small firefights here. First one here is to get to the power switch. I'm not too worried about taking fire from that distance. You usually tell when the leak's lost his shields, besides the fact that they flare and pop. He'll throw his hands up in the air and sometimes he'll just charge. I believe it's raining outside. Hopefully that sound won't show up in the walkthrough as background. Alright, we're getting close here. Now, one thing I did notice is that when the elites do lose their shields, here they have a tendency to run behind the rock for cover. Where he's going right there, see? So he'll regenerate his shields. So once you think you pop the shield, you've got to put another shot on him real quick. Alright, this guy is the kind of, this guy charges. That was close. I'm worried about taking a grenade on the Wraith with the damage. Because if the Wraith goes, I go. Okay, I believe that's it. So now we've cleared this area. sure. And as it turns out, unbeknownst to me, there was a grunt hanging around down there. Couldn't see him from my vantage point over on the other side. Oh, that's what I mean. He's hiding down there on the lower level. Now, I was about to tell you why I parked the Wraith where I did, but let's take care of the grunt first. Okay, his nose piece was already off. Now, the reason I'm hiding the Wraith over here is that as soon as we activate the switch, turn the power back on. Oh, okay, I'm still good health-wise. What'll happen is that a spirit or drop ship will come in
up and running.
to drop off the next bunch of bad guys that we got to deal with. And it will, if I was sitting out there in the open, it would start firing from its gun. And I didn't want that again because of the condition of my Wraith. Alright, so now we got a bunch of skirmishers. Or actually Jackal marksmen. They've got needle rifles. And some grunts that we have to take out. Okay, there's one of them. About a half a dozen jackals, I believe. Still firing. For the most part, the needle rifle doesn't cause much damage. I'm not really sure if it's impacting my shields or not. I think the shields on the Wraith are down a bit because of the damage. Alright, so I've got the jackals taken care of that were firing from just in front of me, and now I need to clear the building. And we've got grunts that are up there on top. That's where I'm firing now. Alright, I think I got something. Yep, got one at least. Oop, too far there. Got another one. So generally I'll just keep firing until I think I've cleared everybody out. And of course there's always one or two just hiding around that you can't see. And that was the case in this run. So I try to shoot a couple of bolts there through the door. If somebody was hanging right at the door, then that would take care of them. And now I'm going to go check it out. And I do believe that in this run there were several. I can see somebody moving in there now. That is a Jackal marksman.
6, check the structure to the north for that array. Reinforcements.
I do hate to have to use ammo here from my DMR. Okay, there's two of them at least. Of course, they're real dodgy. There goes one. Okay, so there were three all told. Of course, I'm taking damage now. Alright, I think I'm down. Yep, down to the last one. Ooh, that rain's a thunderstorm. Alright, that takes care of him. Alright, a little more ammo there. Alright, good. I was actually, my health was down to a point where I was able to use the health pack. If it hadn't been, I probably would have thrown a grenade against the wall to try to get the health down. It's a dangerous tactic, but it does work. That will be demonstrated in another mission. Okay, the relay is up.
You did it, 6.
Comms array up and running.
Noble Strike, this is Noble Leader. Get back to Sword Base ASAP.
On our way, Commander.
Alright,
6,
this
let's
is a
go.
Goshawk. And this
Kept
is
the
something
seat
I don't
warm
like
for
to
you.
do, but it feels
Good
necessary.
work, Spartans. Return to Sword Base. The rest of your team is
And
inbound.
the reason is that I'm not going to use the Goshawk right away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there and use the Wraith for its final battle. And the problem with leaving that driver there is that there are times where the gunner, even though I get him out of the gunner seat, or he stays in the gunner seat, what'll happen is that he'll jump in the driver's seat and drive off and wreck the darn thing. Alright, now what I'm doing here is I'm looking for ammo. And okay, I will make a note for future runs that there is no DMR ammo in there. Alright, and now we're off to the next battle. And that is not the last time that I will take a Marine out to ensure that he doesn't drive off with my hog. We'll see that in an upcoming mission as well.
Work it out.
Okay, I thought that these might be ammo stands, but weapon stands, but no, they're just crates. So I'm right back where I was. Nothing there. There's nothing there.
Just keep me steady. I'll take care of the rest.
Oh well. I just have to do with what I have. I think a fully loaded DMR has 60 rounds. And I've probably used close to 20. Maybe 15 or 20. And, you know, and I'm thinking about this now. And I'm thinking about this as I'm driving down this road. So wait a second. I know where there's more DMR ammo. So I just got wasted time there. Okay, we got a Revenant in the way there. He just kind of stands there or
6.
sits there.
Get here quick.
So it's
We'll meet you inside.
literally target practice from this distance. Okay, that guy's gone. And now, when we come up and around back towards the gate of the base, or the big doors of the base, we're going to have to deal with a couple of elites, a ghost, 2 revenants, and several grunts. And first off, I'm going to try to take the ghost out. I just killed a rocket. Try to take the ghost out. And again, I'm using that rock as protection. I don't want that ghost firing at me. And it is pretty dodgy up there. I'm not sure where it's at right now. You can see the Revenant way off in the distance.
Ghost incoming.
It looks like it's moving up a little bit. I also don't want to take fire from it. I think I just took out the Revenant. I just took out the Ghost. And there's another Revenant up there on the right. That's one of the 2 elites I got to deal with. Now I believe what happened in this particular run, I'm not absolutely sure, but when I took out the Revenant on the right, the elite jumped out. So now I got to deal with 3 elites. We'll see what happens when I take out the Revenant. No, I got the elite. Okay, that must have been another run. So I believe there's a grunt or 2 and the 2 elites I got to deal with. And again, I'm not being aggressive because with catch on, they get grenade happy when you get up close. they do like to hide behind that rock. I know if I move up a little closer, they will charge. They will come out like that. And then if I don't take them out, ooh, and that's what I was worried about. Is the nose. Okay. Oh, he's still alive. No, I'm going. Okay, I got one. I don't know whether that was a grunt or an elite. It looks to me like it was a grunt. There's one elite behind the big rock back there, and another elite going back there. Alright, I think his shield just popped. And then he's going back to hide. Ever so closer. Oh, here he comes. Come on, guys, man up and charge. Shows you how dodgy they are. Just saw a body go flying at him, but I think it was a dead body, I'm not sure. It might have been one of the elites. I'll see here momentarily. It's nice to have Kat in the gunner seat, because she can inflict a little bit of damage and also tell me exactly where they are just by the tracer rounds. Shield the flaring, there they go. Alright, one of them's down. Alright, gotta take him out, he's charging. There we go, got one. Is the other one. Just hide behind the rock. And get him to move up a little bit. Alright, took him out. Yes, took him out. Being very careful here just to make sure there's not a grunt or somebody hiding. And now we're going to go back and get the hog. Yeah, thunderstorm's getting closer. I wasn't expecting that until later in the afternoon, so we may, with this walkthrough, I may just save what I got so far and come back to it later. Hopefully I can get through it. Alright, now we've got another firefight to go through. That includes 2 hunters towards the end of it. And we're going to use a trick to use the Gauss hog to take the hunters out. Not really sure who figured this out the first time, but whoever it was, I am eternally grateful for. Alright, one once I activate that switch, the gate will open back up.
Opening the
I'll run
gate.
down to right about here. Okay, so I got a clear view of the ramp going up. And here come the bad guys. I'll just keep firing away and taking them out. Now there's an elite and some grunts and some shielded jackals, and once we get all of them, then I will do my little trick. What I'm doing here is I'm blasting the corners of all of these concrete barriers. And of course, Cat has a tendency to get in the way. Alright, I'm going to do both sides here. Alright, so first of all, let's get some ammo. Make sure that all the bad guys are done. In that first wave at least. Alright, now what the idea here is to... I see somebody up there?
There's more of them.
I think I did. Yes, I think there was an elite hiding up there. Alright, I got him. Somebody was hiding up there anyway. Elite or grunt, didn't matter, it'd probably be throwing grenades at him. Alright, the idea here is to run into here and get up and over the barrier. And this takes a few tries, because I'm not... Again, because I am old and slow, I'm not the best of drivers. Now, shoot, that was close. The reason I did both sides there is that sometimes this will work on the right side, and sometimes it'll work on the left side. And I have no reason, I mean, when we blast off the corners of the blocks, it seems that they are consistently blasted off, if you will. Alright, here we go. We're going to try the left side here. Get myself aimed properly. Maybe take a little bit more off. Yep. And it just seemed to me that I just saw a couple more blocks. Take off the edges. See what happens here. Nope. Close. That was closer. Let's go back and try again. Now, in Mythic LASO, if I can't do this, then I'm just going to stop and you know, start all over again. Because I have to have this Gauss log to do what I have to do for this hunter. Of course, you can't hear me cussing right now. Oh, there we go. How about that? Yeah, left side worked today. Okay, now there is another elite up here. He just kind of, there he is. Just kind of hangs back and then just appears as soon as I get across. Alright, and I guess there's a couple more other guys up there as well. But I believe the elite is still there. So I suppose that constitutes another wave. Now if he goes into hiding, what I'll do, what I have done, is I'll jump out of the hog and run up a little ways, which gets which gets Cat to advance. Right now I'm just repositioning a little to get a better angle on him. But I believe he's hiding right now. Okay, just saw him move. Yeah, he's hiding behind those barriers. But I don't want to move the hog up any further because he'll throw a grenade and just blow us to smithereens. Yeah, he's hiding. Again, I'm just trying to get a better angle. Okay, that time I got him, I believe. Yep, got him. I saw a score flash there of 0. Now I'm not sure what I'm doing there. There is a Bob up there, a special elite. Sometimes appears and sometimes doesn't, but he's generally off on the left. Alright, so I'm going to run up a little bit to see if I got any bad guys left. Oh yeah, there he is. I'll be darned. At least I got Cat moving up this time. She'll engage. And that'll get him out in the open. Hopefully. Come on, Cat, get up there and take him on. Okay, now I got him. That might have even been the Bob. Yeah, just making sure that if the Bob is there, that he doesn't surprise me, because he'll generally be over there on the left. But I don't see him. So I'm going to go ahead and advance up here and take on the hunters. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm taking a look. First of all, I'm taking a look to see if the Bob's around. He could be hiding. Notice I see something over there on the left, and that might be the Bob. Now I am positioning my hog so that I can start firing at the hunters. I'm trying to see where they're at. Right there. There. Good. And I have just a little bit of an angle to do so. And it does take a lot of direct hits to take them out.
Heads up. This is a big one.
I actually believe, because I'm not down there watching what's happening, because I'm doing this at distance, but I do believe what I'm doing here is I'm hitting their armor, and maybe over time it weakens the armor, or I get enough splash damage that the back part of the armor pops off, which is where they're vulnerable, and more splash damage will take them out. I've never been absolutely sure about that. And I'm looking to see where they are. See one there. This is going to take a while. Sometimes it takes longer than other times. Obviously, with Mythic and Tilt on, they are much harder to take out. So it looked to me like they had moved a little bit over to the right.
Firing on target.
And then Cat's over there firing. Just trying to get myself positioned. So this is a lot of rinse and repeat. Try to position yourself so that you got a shot on them, and just keep blasting away until you don't see them anymore, and then moving
I'm in cover.
to reposition to get a clear shot, and then start blasting away again. Now at lower levels of difficulty and potentially running with a fire team, running co-op, one could actually use shotguns, where one person in the team is distracting the hunter and another member or two of the team are spinning around behind them to take them out. Shotgun blast, knock their arm off and take them out. But that is almost impossible at this level of detail. And of course, I'm running this solo.
Roger that. I'm clear.
What amazes me is that I first conquered this mission on Mythic LASO, I believe. I'd have to go back to my YouTube channel, but I believe it was 9 years ago on the Xbox 360. Okay, looks like I got them both out. That's why I'm jumping out, checking them out, making sure that they're out. Okay, park over here and spin around because there's going to be a leap right there. There might be a grunt or two left, but there goes the elite, and there goes the grunt. And now we're going to go up, and it's really going to turn into a nail biter to actually get inside sword base. And this is another spot where I decided it's time for an old man break. So we're going to pause for about... Oh, I guess I didn't. I'll be darned.
Corvette's hitting this base hard.
Now that surprises me because I know what's coming next, and I figured maybe I should take a break, but I guess I got all excited and decided not to. Okay. We got about 4 grunts, maybe. About 3 or 4 grunts and a concussion rifle elite. And there's a couple of ways, several ways to take out that elite. But first thing you want to do is take out the grunts. Stay back here. Use that little wall in front of us as cover. At some point, Cat's going to move up. And of course the grunts are all dodgy and stuff.
I'm in position.
Okay, after we get the grunts out, the 3 different ways of doing this are, number 1, if he gets into a certain animation, you may be able to charge him and backsmack him or melee him to take him out all the way out there at the top. That very rarely happens, and it's very dangerous because if you miss or he notices you're dead. Option number 2 is to be really patient and wait for him to get into a melee animation with Cat up there where Cat is, and sneak around behind him and melee him that way. Oops. And option number 3 is what I actually used in this run, I believe it was in this run, is they'll go into an animation, but he's not in a position where I can melee, so I start to pepper him with a plasma pistol. That's why I wanted a reasonably charged plasma pistol. I'm also going to use it a little bit later. But regardless, this is going to take a little bit of time. To get into the proper animation, it just does take time. Because what's happening here is that Cat will move up, she'll engage, and get blasted by concussion rifle blast. And then get knocked back. And we just keep rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And sometimes he'll charge and go into a melee quickly, and sometimes it'll take forever. This was sort of a middling level of time in this run. And I'm trying to help him out a little bit, to be quite honest with you. Whoops. Get the last of the glass panels there. See, now they're just kind of staring at each other and not doing anything. I'll throw a grenade and get him active.
No shot.
And that'll get Cat active. This probably is the biggest choke point in the mission right here. Trying to get this one guy out.
I'm engaged.
Every other part of the mission may take a little bit of time, but with patience and good tactics, one can take the bad guys out in advance. But here, it's just this one concussion rifle elite. One little mistake, and we're done. Remember, with Mythic LASO, there are no saves, no quits, and resumes. Regular LASO, as far as the game's concerned, you can do that, but not with Mythic LASO. I have to run this in a single segment, from start to finish, with no deaths. Okay, she just charged. See what happens here. Oh, they are in a melee. He's not in a good position. Oh, darn it, he retreated. Come on, Cat, you gotta do better than that. Quit firing at the wall. If she can get close enough, he will go into melee. But what's happening is, as soon as every time she charges like that, she gets nailed with a concussion rifle blast. Now notice what he was doing there. He was walking to the wall with his back turned, and that would have been option number one. To rush him at that point to try to backsmack him. That's the most dangerous of the three options. Which I am not going to do, because I have a bad habit of coming up just short and wailing at the air, and then he turns around and drills me.
Get away!
Yep.
Live grenade!
Obviously, this requires a lot of patience.
Weapons hot. Take that guy out!
And me moving up like that keeps Cat up there. It's very rare for her to move all the way back to where I'm at. But she will do that. See, she just moved back into a safe position.
I'm under fire!
Alright, now, this is interesting. What happened to everybody? Oh, he's now interesting. He's standing there behind the far barrier. He's going to move up. I think, I'm not sure, but I think this may be where I've got to get her to move a little bit further. She can start peppering him. I'm going to start meleeing him, like so. Okay, they're in a melee. Okay, this particular run, I believe, this is use option number 2.
I'm taking fire.
But they were in the right position there. Okay, so I never really used option number 3. I used it in an earlier run, but then I got drilled somewhere else. Alright, looking around for a plasma pistol with more ammo. I thought I saw one, but it is not becoming apparent to me. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, so that does not have... And actually, I think what I did is I got to switch weapons. Alright, so now we got I think about 3 maybe? Yes, there. Got some shielded jackals we need to take out. And there's an elite hanging back there. We really don't want that elite hanging around. In fact, that's what happened to me in the last one. Now that I remember. I cleared this area out, could not take the elite out, and I was running up to get towards the top. He suddenly ran up the ramp and drilled me. I don't want that to happen. Okay, got that guy. There's another one there. Looks like there's probably 4 over there. Okay, I got those guys.
6, head upstairs and assist the meal.
There.
George, make sure he gets there.
Depend on
I
it.
think either that or he's already down. Nope, way back there. Yeah, he's up on the ramp. Yeah, he retreated a little bit, I think. Maybe my guys will take care of it. Alright, now I'm going to go back and get that plasma pistol. At this point, I'm pretty sure that the ammo level on the one that I have... Change weapons, knucklehead. There we go. Nope. I'll be darned. I still got plenty of ammo. And there's a reason I need it, which will become obvious when we get up to the top. Looks like my guys took out that elite. Alright, I got a couple, 3 grunts here. And they have plasma rifles, which is rare for a grunt. Be a little bit careful. That's just an illustration of catch. I'm not sure why I went back here. Maybe I'm looking for grenades. Yes, I'm looking for grenades. I wanted to throw a grenade at that grunt, but I didn't have any. I knew there was a couple back here. Alright, my health is still good.
I'm in position.
Alright, let's see if we can take that guy out with a grenade. I think I got him. Okay. So now we're going to come up here. Our guys are here. So I guess they took that elite out, which is a good thing.
Keep on target.
Notice the Marine that came down and joined us. So we've got to take the grunts out that are up there on the other side of the ramp. Sure I don't get tagged. Alright, so they're fighting the guys in the front. They're fighting the guys. They're getting ready to fight the guys in the next room. Yeah, but I'm going to take a shortcut here. I'm going to bypass another battle. A little skip.
Corvette's gonna rip this base apart. What's the situation, Noble?
And this will avoid any
Can't do this on my
any
own.
firefighting.
Need another Spartan up here.
Get up to the top.
6, get to the top floor and assist the meal.
You know, if you're at a lower level of difficulty and you're trying to score a lot of points, then you can just slug your
Keep
way
moving
through
up,
that,
Noble
but
6.
Not in this case. Okay. Ammoed up. Notice I went to night vision. I've got 2 shielded jackals
Upstairs,
here I've got to
Lieutenant.
deal
We
with.
need those
They're a
long
real
swords
pain
in the
butt.
air.
Okay, that one blast from him took my health down. No sense in being aggressive now. Alright, I got one of them. Where's the other one? I know you're around here somewhere. Yeah, there you are. There are times when I've gotten so frustrated with these guys that I almost pick up a rocket launcher and try to take them out. But you need all the rocket ammo that you can get. Okay, good. That was pretty easy this time. Alright, next up, 2 camoed elites. The shields aren't that good, so you can pepper them pretty quickly. So his shields just pop. Got a shot. Take him out. I'm gonna run back here and see if I can get any health back. Yep. Took him down just enough. So that's the first one. The second one decided not to. They were both there initially. That's why my shields dropped so quick. The second one just decided just to go back and hide a bit. This is usually where we engage him, up that hallway. So I'm kind of firing up there, kind of looking around. Trying to see where he's at. You can just see the outline of him. Run up here a little bit. Try to get him to come out from cover. Sometimes I'll hide back in that far corner. I'm pretty sure that I didn't take both of them out. Maybe I did. Let's see. Oh, I just don't think so. I only see one of them up there. Again, I'm being really cautious. I've come this far. I don't want to make a stupid mistake and die at this point because we're almost done. Alright, better plasma pistol. Throw a couple grenades or so. See if I got any grenades back here. Oops, going that way. Going back to this this weapons rack. Okay. Pick up some grenades. Come back up. A little look-see. There he is. I saw him. Again, just pop the shield. Got him. Okay. Now what we have to do, along with Emil, who's actually up there firing rockets at the Banshees and the Phantom, we've got to take that Phantom out with rockets. And we do have a target locator on the rocket. So when you zoom in, you'll hear it when it locks on. It takes a few rockets to take it out. Once that's gone, then it's a matter of taking out probably about a half a dozen or less Banshees, and that'll be the end of the mission. And this part of it, just sit back, there's plenty of ammo. Just sit back and fire away at the Phantom. The Banshees are really dodgy. I'm letting Emil take care of the Banshees. And when I take out the Phantom, then I will try to help. Ran out of rockets. Now there's a launcher out here. Okay. And up the corridor where I took out the elites, there's some more ammo up there. We're getting close. Okay, anytime now. The Banshees are going after Emil, who actually has a rocket launcher up there.
we go. More ammo. Alright, Emil just took out a Banshee. Now, if Mythic and Tilt were not on, there we go, finally. We could have taken that Phantom out with half the number of rockets I had to use here. So now we're down just a few Banshees. And they are so dodgy that in essence what will happen is that regardless of how I lock on in front of them, Emil can take them out. They get real dodgy when I fire at them. Okay, when the last one that we have to take out is taken out, then Emil will say that's how we get it done. And I'll know that that's the end of the mission. At least the end of the combat portion of the mission.
That's the way we get it done, Spartan.
Yeah, I just
Noble team, longswords are inbound and ready to push.
That's the end.
Orbital defense is standing by to
Okay,
take the
now
shot.
we got a final cutscene to go through. Which will include watching this big Cubby ship get destroyed.
Beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
5, 6, get down to the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat? Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
I requested your assistance, Commander, and do not need a report on events that occur on my own doorstep. What I do require is a detailed account of your previous engagement. George, it's been too long.
Mom,
What have you done with my armor?
just some additions I've made.
Indeed. Visegrad Relay.
It is interesting.
Its data
to see
center was
her
home to
age
one of my
through the various Halo
xenoarchaeologists,
games.
Professor Laszlo
When you do
Sorvat.
see her.
Perhaps you could shed some light on his death.
If he was a
Mostly,
civilian male in
I
his
would
mid-60s,
expect- let's see.
he died with a Covenant energy sword through his abdomen.
Elites, then.
They engaged
I
us
would
as well.
expect in Halo
It was
5, you see a
just
very
after we
old-
found your scientist daughter, Mom. She was hiding in the
Irrelevant. The Elites. Tell me more about them.
3, Zealot class. One got by us. The leader, from the looks of him.
Zealots. You're certain?
Their armor configuration matched.
Shield strength 2.
I gave the order not to pursue. Our primary objective was to get the station's relay back online.
Your primary objective? Commander, are you a puppet or a Spartan?
Ma'am?
There are those at ONI, myself included, who believe the Covenant dispatch elite advance teams to hunt down artifacts of value to their religion.
Carter's about to give us some
Survivor
pushback.
account suggests such teams are small, nimble, and almost always Zealot class. No doubt they came to the station for the abundance of ONI excavation data stored there. And you let them get away.
Data retrieval was not a command directive. Even had we known, we had other more urgent matters to attend to.
Like warning the planet.
Professor Sorvad's final entry in his field notes made reference to a latchkey discovery. Latchkey. Not a word he would use lightly. So let's hope that the data module your Lieutenant Commander stole contains it.
Cat?
Before you ask, I was alerted the moment you attempted to access its contents, as I am with any unauthorized tap. That data is classified Tier 1. I could send you to the brig for interfering with my work.
Maybe you'd like to join her.
I'm sorry?
We're currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just making a reading suggestion, ma'am.
Okay.
Let's move,
That's
noble
just about
team.
it. ONI Sword Base on the PC.
That will be all,
Mythic
George.
LASO difficulty. Legendary all skulls on. No deaths, no save, quit resumes. I hope you enjoyed it. Up next will be Nightfall, I believe. Yes, Nightfall, which is a nice little speed run. This is Olden Aki signing off. Take care, everybody.